fire up Mason Rudolph if you're absolutely desperate. Shouldn't be that
Don't
desperate.
fire up Mason Rudolph.
Don't
Even
fire
if you're
him up.
desperate.
Don't
Throw
fire
him for
him.
300.
Yeah, don't fire. Bengals at Browns. Cover your mouth. They won't just steal your order.
He has been quarterback 11 or higher 3 of the last 4 weeks. And everybody hates on this guy. It is Danny Dimes.
I'm hanging up right now. I can't believe it. I'm hanging up.
No.
What's going on, boys? Good evening. What up, what up, what up?
What up with it?
How we doing tonight?
Fellas?
Oh, it's a great day for a great day.
Great day for a good
You get
night.
some snow tonight?
No.
I actually got off the phone with my wife a little bit ago, and she said it was hailing in Jenison.
Yeah, she is not telling the truth.
She watches the show.
You
Expect
calling
phone
me a
call,
liar?
brother.
Well, I ain't calling you a truther.
I'm not calling you a truther.
Actually, I don't think she watches the show.
Well, sounds like she needs to, Bob.
Well,
Okay.
when she did her guest picks and she got them all right, she goes, "See, I do know what I'm talking about." Okay,
Miss
sure.
Missy.
This
I
helmet's
think it's time
pretty.
she makes another guest appearance.
Yep.
See if she can keep the streak alive. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Missy included. Welcome on in WPF, the When Pigs Can Fly fantasy football show. We are your hosts.
And Jackie
I'm
and
Sal Adams.
Callie. You said
Yeah,
Missy,
get 'em on
so
back.
and Jackie and Callie. We gotta get them all back.
Yeah, get them on in. Get them all back on in. We're your host of the show. I'm Sal Adams. He is Corey Lamberts. And that is the handsome, studious,
Pale. Oh.
Very pale.
very pale Wesley Bryant.
What's going on?
The new 4K camera, capturing it in all its glory.
I'm glowing.
You know you really are. And it's not in a good way. Anyways, you guys are doing good? We had a good day?
Yeah, had a very good day.
Yeah.
Got my first call here at my new department. That was
Was
fun.
it a fire or
No,
I
it
fell and
was
I can't get
nothing.
up.
No, it wasn't either. It was worse. It was
A cat and a
carbon
tree.
God, no, we don't do that. That's fake. We don't
It's
do
not.
that. No, it was a carbon monoxide detector that was going off in a house in the department we have a mutual aid agreement with. Their
Mhm.
detector was acting funky, so they called us out to assist.
Right on.
So, yep.
Everybody was safe, I trust.
Oh yeah,
Good.
yeah, everything's fine.
Good to hear. Well, the season is getting spicy, boys. We are on to week 12. Week 11 is in the books.
Can't believe it.
It's going to be a packed show tonight. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. We have studs. We have duds. We have Thursday night football picks and locks. We have trending hot and trending not. And last but certainly not least, we have Shannon's poop pile for the week.
That's not last. We still got league matchups, buddy. Just kidding.
No. I was just
No, we do.
last that I was mentioning. Buckle on up, ladies and gentlemen, because the WPF crew is about to take flight. At this point, everybody's here for the points.
We're back.
Maxwell.
Oh, well, how the turns are tabled.
Indeed.
Oh,
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
I love the way he says it. Bears beats.
Michael.
Oh, the goat show. Well, what do we get into first, gentlemen? We might as well dive right on in. Swan dive, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Pardon me a
No
moment.
positional power rankings today. We're going to push that back to Saturday's show.
Do you want to just knock out the Thursday night game? Just
Let's do it.
You could do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Steelers Browns game
Yup.
is in Cleveland. Tickets are as low as. Are you ready for this, boys?
$18.
$29. $29.
It's in Cleveland.
It is. The
Yes.
spread is
Cleveland
Pittsburgh by
rocks.
3.5.
Really?
Well, that's
Pittsburgh
because
by
it's
3.5.
always that division always has tough
Yeah, that's
matchups.
They always have good games.
Even if you
not
got
And
crummy.
good
and I think
games in respect to football, but for the viewer, I'm not so sure it's going to be a good
I
game.
think I think I read earlier today. I don't know if the forecast has changed since this morning, but I think they're projected to have a wintry mix. I believe is what it said. So expect a lot of stuff on the ground.
What are we predicting here? Like a 15-12 type
I
game?
told you mine, dude. 6-3.
Field goal
6-3.
contest.
Yep.
Potentially in the making. No, I one of you want to go first? Take a stab at this.
I got Steelers. And with what you just said being said, Najee's the lock. Crummy weather.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers Browns. There's going to be a run game, or attempting at one. I don't see Jameis Winston getting a whole lot of time in the pocket to throw with T.J. Watt coming after him all the time. So.
Yep.
I will jump in as well. I think this is probably going to be a clean sweep. I'm taking the Steelers. I would love to lock somebody not named Najee Harris, since you also locked Najee Harris, but with it being 40 and rainy predicted, I don't know. I mean, I still expect Pickens to grab a few balls, but I wouldn't. I don't know, man. I think I'd slide him in my slot if they're going to be raining. Najee's a lock.
Steelers and Najee, man.
Yeah.
Clean sweep on everything.
That's why I want to just get the Thursday night football pick and lock out of the way. I knew it's not it's the typical Thursday night game that you don't really care to see. As of late, they haven't been bad, but this is back to why is this a primetime game?
Yeah, this is not a sexy matchup for fantasy. It's not a sexy matchup for the NFL. Yeah.
I don't know that I'd call it I mean, it's a primetime game technically, but if you don't have Amazon Prime, you can't watch it.
Sure you can.
So I guess that's...
Download a free Twitch account and watch Amazon Prime on Twitch.
That's fair.
You heard it here first. Probably not, but...
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Well, there is your Thursday night football picks and locks. I'm sure we're all ready to move on from that, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
We are. I'm just looking up something.
Trending hot, trending not? Catching fire, waiver wire?
Yeah, that is where I was headed. Trending hot and trending not. Who? Catching fire. Corey?
No, I gotta go.
I tried. No, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Corey's gonna love my trending hot. 20 for 30, 272 yards, a touchdown, 10 rushes, 32 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Someone's growing up. Someone took that benching seriously. Anthony Richardson.
Man. Anthony Richardson.
30 fantasy points?
Is he? He's up there.
And he was awarded the Angry Run Scepter.
Was he? Yeah, he.
Angry Run of the Week. Yep.
I think they did right by giving him reps because that's what he needs. He needs reps. He only played the one season in Florida.
Yeah, 10 total games, I think it was.
Yeah, he can be special.
Not a lot of big game experience
No.
in regards to the grand scheme of things coming.
I don't know if I would start him this week, but he is somebody you want to keep an eye on.
I would probably start him this week. Detroit is notorious for struggling with running quarterbacks.
How did Kyler Murray do?
He's not a notorious running quarterback.
Kyler Murray's not a notorious running quarterback?
Not like
scrambler.
How about Geno Smith?
No.
They're both mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, Anthony Richardson is more like a Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson style running quarterback. He likes to
Anthony Richardson is Josh Allen as
there
a runner.
You go. Thank you.
Not as a passer. Bills fans don't shoot messenger here.
Cannon, like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Just not accurate like Josh Allen.
He's accurate on the deep ball.
And we're gonna get to see both of them in the next when do we see the Bills? A couple weeks. So
no, we definitely shouldn't be sleeping on the Colts this week. That's for sure.
No.
And it's in Indy, if I'm not mistaken.
I would love to jump in on my trending hot.
Go for it.
I mentioned this in our group chat earlier. This guy has had 5+ targets in 5 of the last 6 contests they've played in. He caught 4+ balls in those games. He has quickly become one of the favorite targets in their offense, and he's currently hovering around a 65 to 70% snap count at tight end. He is my trending hot, Will Dissly.
He's doing very well. Doing
Must have
very
missed
well.
that.
His,
I saw it.
His talent was never in question, or his ability to play the position. It was always health. He always got hurt, like more than any other player.
Well,
I think.
and when he was on Seattle, they had like 8 tight ends. I feel like.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like Colby Parkinson too? And
yeah, I think so. Yeah, and Fant.
Yeah.
It was early in yeah. So, I did what I could as best as I could to not pick a guy that's actually on my roster. To be fair, he wasn't on my roster at the start of the season, but 30 targets over the last 3 weeks. It's averaging 10 a game for a bad team. It's not going to help him this week because of the conditions, and they plays tomorrow night. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
Trending hot.
Did you see the?
Don't start him.
Did you see?
Don't start him.
What he said about when the Jets vetoed a trade or didn't want to trade for him or something like that. He's like, "No, I turned that down" or something. I can't remember exactly what he said, but that was something came out like that.
No, I don't know.
He pulled a Gronk. Oh, I'm retiring. You can't trade me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That was so funny. Gronk might be the only one that can get away with something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Unbelievable. Trending not. Who wants to jump in on this? My trending not, I think, is gonna.
I'll start. I'll start. My trending not. He's actually been pretty good over the last.
You're not gonna pick the same one. You're gonna pick the same one. I know
4 to 6 weeks.
I know exactly who you're picking.
The de facto starter is coming off IR.
Yep.
Limited in practice this week.
Mine and Corey's trending not is Kareem Hunt.
Left it wide open for him there. There you go. Yeah.
I said not for the lack of stats, but because Pacheco will be coming back and assuming his dominant lead back. Yeah.
That's exactly what I wrote down. That's not to say he won't be used at all, because everything shows that he's better in pass pro and a better pass catcher. History will tell you that, but yeah.
He's just not a start. He's not an auto start as of right now. Like, that's the perception.
Yeah.
Isaiah Pacheco owners or people that are pursuing owning Isaiah Pacheco, fear not. Kareem Hunt's not going to take away from him. I think they're gonna both eat. I think you're gonna see them both perform, but I think Kareem Hunt's gonna be more of an 8 to 12 points a game guy, where Pacheco's gonna get that 15 to 17 points a game role. That's a great trending knot. So my trending knot on the week, you boys are not expecting this. Neither are you folks back at home. But it's just fact of the matter. This guy hasn't seen more than 6 targets since week 5. In the 2 weeks since week 5 that he's seen more than 3 targets. That's right. Just 3 targets in every game but 2 since week 5. His max yardage since week 5 in any given contest was 57 yards. Came against the Rams, where he only mustered up 8.6 fantasy points in that game. This guy has just 1 touchdown on the entire season yet. Only 150 yards in his last 5 games combined off of 12 catches over that span. You were drafting this young man to be a high-end wide receiver 2 on your roster with the expectations that he would be a top 20 wide receiver minimum on the season. He has flopped completely.
So he's been trending that.
Jalen Waddle.
Oh.
Jalen Waddle.
Waddle. It's been horrible. We talked about this earlier today, Corey, and when I was looking at my trending knot, I started looking at it and I was just like, man, I know that Waddle hasn't been very good, and I started looking at the numbers and I was like, dude, he's been bad. Even after 2 games, he's gone.
Bad.
Like I said, 8.6 is the highest fantasy mark in a PPR since week 5. This is week 12.
Yeah.
Whew. Trending knot.
Not good.
I was hoping that I would excite you guys with that. So
that's a good one. It's a name we haven't said all year. Actually,
right. We haven't mentioned him, good or bad.
Yeah.
Waddle.
Mm-hmm. You got any grapes?
I've got some studs and duds.
Yup.
Um,
I don't like where that's going, Wesley.
You never
Could
heard that
we-
song? You must not have young kids.
should we start with the pile?
Yeah, we can go
Open
right
the
to
door.
that. What you got, Shayna? What you got for us?
Hello. The team I'm talking about is less of a poop pile and more of a dumpster fire. This team is the Jets. They fired their head coach. They've now fired their general manager. They picked up Devontae Adams during the trade 10 line to try to get a boost. Coming in this year, they thought they could be playoff contenders. They've got Garrett Wilson, who's a stud. Brees Hall, also a stud. And they can't seem to get any consistent traction with any of their offensive weapons. Aaron Rodgers is slow to move in the pocket, resistant to change it seems, and because of all the problems surrounding the Jets in this week's performance, losing to the Colts, who they themselves has also had a rocky season, I'm going to award the dumpster fire of the week to the New York Jets.
Dumpster fire, Shannon says.
God,
New
I
York
love it.
Jets.
A man after my own heart calling out a whole franchise and a team. Gosh.
Oh my
One week it's
goodness.
the
What?
Chicago Bears, and now it's the Jets. Did you see that? I think it was Adam Schefter
both
reported
broken.
that. I think it was Adam Schefter who predicts that there's going to be 7 to 9 head coach firings this season or off season.
I can believe it.
That sounds like somebody else I know that's been predicting that for a long, long time.
Well,
It's you.
I know it's
Mr.
me.
Embarrass.
Well, you got McCarthy. You got. Are they going to include Salah and Dennis Allen in that 7 to 9?
They've got to. Eberflus.
Yeah, McCarthy, Eberflus.
New Orleans. Who's their coach?
Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen already got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Browns possibly.
Allegedly, he's not nervous about being on the hot seat.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Doug
would
Peterson. Doug Peterson.
Peterson,
Definitely on the hot seat. 2-8 right now. Got absolutely
Gerard
barely
Mayo.
played through it.
His name got mentioned already a couple weeks ago, I think.
I
for the
don't
Patriots.
think. I don't see that happening.
It was out there.
Dable's got to be on the chopping block. I know
Dable's
he's not.
100%, dude.
He's,
100%.
who's the coach of the Titans right now?
Canales?
He
No,
just
that's not right.
started. Canales.
Yeah, it's his first year.
No, Canales is in Panthers.
Is Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay.
He ain't safe either.
Callahan.
Callahan, that's
Brian
it.
Callahan or something.
Callahan, yep.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that have got to be close to on the chopping block if they're not definitely on it. So.
You know who is safe?
Yep.
Motor City, DC.
For now, yeah.
Mhm.
He's doing great.
Not for now. He's gonna be there till.
I hope he's there for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really do. I really do. He's been a phenomenal coach. I love his. I'm bought in. I don't even play. I'm bought in.
I hope they just pay Ben Johnson a head coach salary and keep him here.
I think that maybe not head coach salary, but he's definitely going to be the most decorated offensive coordinator of all time. That's, I mean, as far as wages go, for sure.
Yeah.
They'll do what they can. We mentioned the dumpster fire in New York. Speaking of dumpster fires in New York, not only did Danny Dimes get benched this week, but they didn't name their QB2 all season as the starter.
What a slap in the face.
And he was not ready for that. Poor Drew Lock is like, I've been the number 2 all year. Hey, guess what, buddy? They told you were going to be the number 2 this year. You are
Still,
still the number 2.
it's New York. It's New York, though. It's all PR. They just
It's all
want.
100%. I
They
was listening to a
want-
podcast on the way to work this morning, and that's all they talked about. You're trying to sell more tickets. All they care about is selling tickets right now. They're not going to win.
Selling tickets and Capicola.
To be fair,
DeVito,
this is the
baby.
same guy. This is the same guy that won him enough games last year to knock him out of the Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels race last year. Does it happen again?
I mean, there's
I
a
think
lot of
that-
that. There's a lot of 2-8 teams, isn't
Man,
there?
I feel like Drew Lock. I liked how he looked when he played for injured Geno Smith last year or whatever it was. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
It would have had to been. I think he just got to New York.
There are 5 or 6 2-win teams in the NFL right now.
Yep. All it takes is one.
Crazy. I liked Drew Lock when I saw the video of him rapping. I believe it was Young Jeezy in a Broncos uniform on the sideline, just getting down.
Yep.
He's got the energy at least. Shall we?
He's actually
roll
got a
on
heck of
into
an arm
Stud and
too.
Dud?
It's cannon. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll if you don't mind, I'll start, and we'll go into wide receivers to start. Cool with that.
Go wherever you want, man.
The number 1 wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 11 receptions, 161 yards, 2 touchdowns, 38.7 fantasy points. Yes, sir. Actually, I have him as well, but I had to.
This is autograph right here.
This is autograph right here. Anyway, Amon-Ra, Sun God, that's our lion. Speaking about dumpster fire, Garrett Wilson, 4 receptions on 8 targets for 18 yards. Wide receiver 60 on the week, 5.8 points, and we locked him for fantasy.
4.25 per catch is not good.
Sure did. Yep.
Well, like Jared Goff's averaged out the target.
Something like that, yeah. That's my quarterback.
Not this week, dude. He actually had. I bet you he was over 20 this week.
For sure.
What you got? Who's you got?
Well, since Sal just took a drink, I'll jump in. I actually have wide receiver 2. T. Higgins, 9 of 13, 148, 1 touchdown, 29.8 fantasy points. Yeah, he had a heck of a game. And Joe Burrow allegedly, or the media is naming him the unluckiest quarterback of this year. Leads the league in passing yards and touchdowns. And they're 4 and 6, I think. So, there's a lot of memes out there, a lot of videos making fun of the Bengals. Like Burrow comes off the field, says, "We're not losing this game." As soon as he steps foot, "I'm on defense." Dang it! And it gets right back on the field.
Yeah, when you're a quarterback through 11 games, he's thrown for 3,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, and only has 4 interceptions. We're talking, I mean, those are real MVP numbers, like MVP caliber numbers, and your team has won 4 games.
Yep.
Oof.
Should have traded Trey Hendrickson. Their defense doesn't do anything anyway.
Yeah. Well,
who's your dud?
The sad thing is they'll probably be out of the MVP race because of their record, and that's not. My dud was another one of our locks this week, and for all of our followers and people who watch, we apologize for the Garrett Wilson pick and this one. 1 catch on 2 targets for 10 yards, 2 points. Wide receiver 90. You heard that correct. 9-0. Terry McLaurin. F1.
I would like to take this time to apologize.
More like F-.
No one.
Yeah.
I don't apologize.
Yeah, you do.
Nope. Keep that in mind for anybody who's
sorry, Jackie. My bad.
Got Quinyon Mitchell covering him. Take that into consideration.
We gotta keep that in mind moving forward.
If you're playing the Eagles and Quinyon Mitchell's covering your guy, keep that in mind.
My stud wide receiver on the week was wide receiver 5. He had 6 receptions for 142 yards and a touchdown, 26.2 fantasy points on the week. We talked about him earlier in the trending hot portion of this show. It is Jerry Jeudy. My trending not.
Wow.
Wide receiver 46 on the week with 9.5 fantasy points. 4 receptions on 7 targets for 54 yards. I expected him to have a bigger comeback game than this. Nico Collins.
Well, he would have if what's-his-face didn't go too far on the first play of the game. Did you see that?
The ineligible man downfield
ineligible
or whatever?
man downfield. He scored a touchdown. It's like a 50, 60-yard touchdown run, and it got called back because their best left tackle. What's his name?
Laramie Tunsil.
Laramie Tunsil.
He's been called for like 20 of those this year.
So bad. Corey, what you got? What's next on your stud list?
Well, I'll go to running backs since mine on my roster are terrible. There's no chance of mine being a stud here. 16 carries, 78 yards, a touchdown. 7 catches on 7 targets for 43 yards and another touchdown. 31.1 fantasy points. The running back 3 on the week, Breece Hall.
Easy,
so the only
Bright
spot on that roster, on that team. Running back 3 on the week. Yeah, Breece Hall. And then my dud.
Maybe they should bench him.
Yeah.
I say that because it was their owner that said maybe they should bench
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Yeah, my dud. I put him in at the last second on my roster, so it is a my guy, but it's a dud. So that's big figures, right? My being the worst team in our league. 11 carries, 50 yards, 5 points. Running back 38 on the week. We hoped, we prayed, we wished Nick Chubb. He's just not the same. However, that was his best yards per carry game this season. So
there's another bright spot.
I'll jump on in. My running back stud. It was easy this week for me. You guys didn't take the number 1 running back on the week, so I did. 146 rushing yards, 52 receiving yards, 198 on the day with 2 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley.
Having a year.
My dud on the week. Running back number 28 for the week. 5.5 fantasy points. 28 yards on 10 carries. That's less than 3 yards per carry. After being named the workhorse back moving forward. That is laughable at best. He had 2 catches.
You had running back 2 on the week, by the way. I double checked that.
Oh, I apologize. He had 2 catches for 6 yards. Ouch. 49% snap count is not workhorse, by the way.
Oh, is this Rico Dowdle?
Jerry Jones.
Oh.
It's Rico Dowdle.
Rico Dowdle.
I was like,
that is not a workhorse.
Where did I hear this? Yeah.
Not a workhorse running back. Rico Dowdle. Thunk it up. My dud.
And the reason why I knew that was wrong is because I did pick RB1. Joe Mixon.
Had RB1. Yeah, he was RB1 in regards to yards per yards. So that's my bad.
20 rushes, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, 2 receptions, 44 yards, 35.3 fantasy points. Joe Mixon, he
player of the game, by the way, in that big win they had.
He had to, man. Detroit shut him down. He was like, I need yards. He was so mad.
You see this?
Well,
did you see that?
I did. Was that your cat?
That was my cat. I didn't know she was in the house.
Did you just knock down one of your jerseys? Or just jump on it?
She just jumped on it, yeah.
Oh,
that's funny.
That's funny.
Welcome to the show, Percy June.
Yeah. Some comedy along with some fantasy. Yeah. All right. How about that?
Sal, you want to get us started on this next one?
Yeah, of course. Oh, gosh. I'm going to go last on the next one, so I will go first on quarterbacks.
Okay.
My quarterback stud of the week. Quarterback 6 on the week. He had nearly 400 passing yards. 398, I think is what it was. 30 of 46. 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Had a heck of a ball game. They played against New Orleans, though, so it's not that impressive. My boy, Jameis Winston.
And he lost.
Jameis.
They lost. But that stat line is a dub.
Dub.
Can't stand that. Every time you do it.
Look at the guy next to you.
Who's your dud? Besides also Jameis Winston.
My dud on the week was quarterback 27 on the week. He went 23 of 36, which is a decent completion percentage. He didn't score a touchdown. He had an interception. He had 1 yard on 4 carries. Russell Wilson.
Oof.
Let him cook.
But he won.
Let him cook.
I'll go next.
Steelers country.
Let's weld.
Let's weld. Jared Goff. He did have over 400 yards.
412 yards,
412. This is not what you normally see from Jared Goff.
No, because
40
they
completion.
were downfield passes, a lot of them. He was ripping 15-yard passes.
Under
Right?
30 pass attempts, 29. 24 for
Ooh.
29, 412 yards, 4 touchdowns. And before this game, he had 18 total rushing yards in the season. He had 21 rushing yards in this game.
Yeah, he did.
18 on one play, didn't he? No.
42.58 fantasy points, QB2 on the week because of Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill was tight end 1, QB 1. It's just nuts.
Stole my thunder, man.
That's okay. You can have it, but
No, I can't. You just took it.
dude, you could. Okay, we were talking earlier, and we like to share our studs and duds so we don't match the same ones. Sal goes, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Taysom Hill, Taysom Hill.
Oh, I thought that was you.
No, that was Sal.
I thought you said it.
That's
awesome.
Sorry,
Oh my
sorry
God.
for stealing your thunder, but you can still talk about him. My QB dud is Kirk O'Chains again. Kirk Cousins, 18 for 27, 173 yards, interception, 4.92 points, QB 28 on the week. By the way, Jared Goff followed up his 5 interception game with a 0 interception game with 4 touchdowns.
Well, he was playing the Jags, so if he threw interceptions, I'd be alarmed.
Well, look at the Jags defense. They were good. They held Minnesota without a single touchdown. They had 4 field goals.
True. That's true.
But
Oh gosh.
ahead.
My stud.
Has Wesley
QB.
gone first yet? You have,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah, I did.
I take it back.
I went first on.
I think you did wide receivers first.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey.
My stud QB, 28 of 33. I wrote it really sloppy. I think it's 33. 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, passing touchdowns. 36.78 fantasy points. Good enough for QB3. The rookie catapulted himself into the conversation for Rookie of the Year. Bo Nix.
Yeah,
Not to be confused with Bojangles.
my boy Jaden Daniels has been subpar. He was this week, and so you gotta be careful, man. Bo Nix, he might sneak on in there.
Yep.
He's got a good coach,
and then
that's for sure.
Does. Well, they both do. Daniels does too. And a hell of an offense coordinator. But my dud, he got sacked, I think, 3 times. I know he got picked off, and I know he had a couple questionable passes over the middle that got one of his players hurt. 17 of 29, 138 yards,
Should I say we watched this game
4.22
closely?
fantasy points. Uh-huh.
So should I say we watched this game quite closely?
We watched this game very closely. His defense got run all over by Sonic and Knuckles, and
Did he
the
get picked
offense-
off by this guy right here?
Oh yeah,
he sure did.
by smash and
He
grab.
got picked off by smash and grab. Thank you for stealing my thunder on that one. Mac Jones, give me 29.
Somebody call him Zeus. He's stealing all the thunder, baby.
Bro,
Jeez,
you
good
know how
choice.
happy I was when Dan Campbell challenged that pass from Mac Jones? When he threw the red flag to challenge that when they were already up big. Just,
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Well, hey man.
I got the under.
Nice. But yeah, Mac Jones looks like doo-doo. That offense looks doo-doo. The coach is doo-doo.
Coach doesn't know what to say to any interviews.
Their
Oh, yeah. Check.
running
you
game is
haven't-
doo-doo.
For those of you who haven't seen his press conference post-game, if you look up Pat McAfee's show, there's a quick little snippet, about 30 seconds.
It was
kind of
funny.
eye-opening. So
It's funny.
it's funny.
Who's gonna start with tight ends?
You.
I was gonna go last, but you stole
Oh,
my thunder.
I stole your
so-
thunder, so start.
My stud on the week had 49.5 fantasy points. He was tight end 1 on the week. Not only was he tight end 1 on the week, but as my compadre here told you, he was also wide receiver 1, running back 1, and quarterback 1 on the week. He had 8 receptions for 50 yards, 7
Technically-
carries for 138 yards. He had 3 touchdowns, and he was elite. Too bad the Saints are terrible. They are pretenders.
Technically, you can only start him in a QB slot or a tight end slot in fantasy.
You can't start him in running back spot anymore?
No,
I thought you could.
Nope.
he's QB/TE.
So he is QB and tight end one. He was in the backfield just as much as he was anywhere else, so we're going to call that running back. And he also caught
He's a Swiss
he
Army
passed-
knife.
he lined up everywhere. It was like 8 to 9 or 7 to 9 lineups in every position. So it was insane. Taysom Hill, have yourself a week. It seems like 1 week every year he has an insane week. This was his week this year. So
The epitome of a team player, I would say.
if you somehow manage to start him on your fantasy week, congratulations on the win. My dud on the week was tight end 36. He had 2 receptions, 8 yards. 8 yards. That's 2.8 fantasy points. Buddy was bad. I'm talking about Travis Kelce. Nice to see him back off the top of the mountain.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean right in there because my stud tight end was Noah Gray. 4 receptions, 5 targets, 23 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tight end 6. He didn't have that many yards, but his 2 touchdowns is what carried him over there.
He had more targets than Travis.
Oh, my dud? Not someone you usually hear about, but when you get 4 targets, you only get one of them. I'm going to mention you. Jordan Akins, 1 reception on 4 targets for 19 yards. Tight end 38 on the week.
19 yards, huh? He had a good,
Catch.
yard
Good
per
catch.
catch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I'm so frustrated with how the tight end position is playing out this week, especially with guys like Noah Gray, who I went to bed before the game was over and woke up the next morning and I was behind. Well, when I went to bed, I was winning. And then the guy I played had 2 guys going that same night, or 1 guy going that night on Monday, so he could have emptied that spot and he still would have won. But my stud tight end, 6 of 8, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns, 31.1 fantasy point. I actually scribbled it out 3 times because I did the math wrong. Math is hard. Jonnu Smith had a heck of a day.
Hey, by the way, he should be a bonus trending hot.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
You go ahead and peep his recent games.
Yeah,
I don't know, for 6 weeks or so now. He's been performing.
Yep, he's been doing pretty good. And then my dud, 1 for 3, 9 yards. Kyle Pitts. Not great.
Be embarrassing if you started that guy this week.
Be embarrassing if you started that guy this week when you still won against the number 1 guy in the league.
It would be embarrassing if you had 2 of the best rosters in the league and scored 30 points less than everybody else.
It'd be embarrassing if you had 2 of the best rosters in the league and you scored a combined 231 points.
Yeah, in a league where the average score on the week was like 150.
It'd be embarrassing if you had the wide receiver 1 for the week and every other player on your roster that you started had single-digit points.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
You didn't have to make it about you, but yeah, that's embarrassing. I'd be embarrassed if I was you too.
I have to mention something.
Oh, no, you don't.
Anyway. You guys are mean.
I believe that is trending hot and trending not for the week, is it not? It is.
It is.
That
That's
is.
actually Studs and Duds.
Sorry, Studs and
Trending
Duds.
hot. No, it was earlier, yeah.
It's both of them. It's both of them.
Correct. Both. BOAF.
No, BOFFUM. Both of them.
Okay, moving on.
League games? Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it for the first half of the show. Those who want to continue listening about our league matchups, stay here. Those are done. See you on Picks and Locks.
Indeed.
Whoa. Dang, dude. Wow. I got onto the Sleeper app, and I noticed that my team was predicted 43 points this week, and I was like, what the heck? It's in a different league, but I apparently did a really poor job of bye week management in this league. I have Aaron Rodgers, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Kirk Cousins, all on bye week this week.
Sounds like you're taking an L, buddy.
Yeah, because my only starting quarterback on the bench is Trevor Lawrence.
Oof. Yikes.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh
Goodness.
boy.
Might want to go pick up Tommy DeVito.
Well, dude, you bet your sweet bippy. That's what I'm doing right now.
Get you,
You know who I'm
get you some
dropping?
cutlets.
Oh yeah, we gotta do that. Will Levis is available. Shoot, do I want Cooper Rush or Will Levis?
Probably
Cooper Rush is playing against Washington. Will Levis is playing
Houston.
Crapshoot, man.
Who do you guys got first on the league matchups? Obviously, we all probably have ourselves first.
Always our own. Mine is actually Sal's matchup is technically the second one on mine.
Sal's the second one on mine too.
Okay.
Let's do Sal. Like a DOS.
Let's do Sal. Poor choice of words.
Go
ahead.
Do
Start us
Sal's
off, Wesley.
matchups.
We'll go
Like a DOS is 4-7. He's projected 133 points this week. Sal is 7-4. He's projected 144. Listen, both their quarterbacks are going up against bad teams. Mahomes going against Carolina. Jaden Daniels going up against Dallas. I think Sal is going to win this for the fact that he's got Jonathan Taylor, and I think Detroit's going to shut him down. And Sal's side just looks way too strong this week. I think Sal's weak point this week would be Devonta Smith, but that's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's been interesting this year, to say the least.
Yep. I'll pick on up right here. I have Sal winning this game. I think you mentioning their quarterback matchups being easy teams. I think the advantage for Sal working out on this part is Patrick Mahomes. What you said, they're playing Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to run the ball.
The first half.
They're going to run the ball. And then Jaden Daniels against Dallas, Dan Quinn's former employer.
Oof. Yeah.
Go long. Sal by a mile.
We locking Terry McLaurin on that game? We'll see.
Well, we're locking the running backs for sure.
I look at this game. Rashad White, I believe, has come back to life.
Yeah, both him and Bucky Irving had a good game last week.
They are getting Mike Evans back.
Yeah, so
that's
Rashad White can perform. I think Puka's going to perform. Mike Evans is there. I really like his team, truly.
I think it'll be close. I'm not going to lie. I think it will be close, but I still got
I am going to take Doss in a close matchup on this one. I'm taking Doss in a close one.
You know why he's doing that? Because when he picks somebody, they lose. I see what he's doing there. Whoa.
I don't love the matchup for Josh Jacobs. I don't love the matchup for DeAndre Hopkins because I don't think he's going to – I think he's not going to get a lot of looks. So just a couple of downsides for me. But what's next on your guys' list? I have Wesley as my second game.
Oh, I had you as my second game. I had Prophet and Shannon as my third game.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have as your second game, Corey?
Yours.
Who's your – oh, okay. So let's just do –
ours is always the first. So we do yours. You go first and do your –
No, we'll go –
whatever you have.
Okay, yeah. I have Wes and Richard.
That's fine.
So I will go first. I thought this earlier when I looked at this, and I am going to reconfirm that I believe Wesley. I'm sorry, man. I think you're going to take a second loss in a row. I just look at the matchups. Lamar against the Chargers, Jalen Hurts at the Rams. I think that's probably a wash. You've got David Montgomery at Indy, Aaron Jones at Chicago, another wash.
Listen, I agree.
I go through. I don't love the Tyreek Hill start this week, unfortunately for you. I don't love that you have to start Deebo Samuel at
I
Green
don't
Bay.
either.
Wan'Dale Robinson against Tampa Bay, and then having to start Russell Wilson at Cleveland. Looking like a tough week for you. He's got Jonnu Smith in his
That's
flex
what I'm
spot,
saying. But he's got Mixon. He's got.
he's got a. I would not
Mixon,
start
he's got
Quentin
AJ
Johnson.
Brown.
So I thought that earlier. I would not be starting Quentin Johnson. I would be starting Jameis Winston. There's no way I'm not starting Jameis Winston. No way. I realize they're playing Pittsburgh, but that don't matter. He put up 29 points against Baltimore.
Yeah, put Jonnu Smith in the Quentin Johnson spot and put up Jameis Winston in the QB spot.
I will say,
What
though,
about he's got Najee on his bench too?
if you take a peek at Quentin Johnson, the last 3 games, he's had 22, 10, and 12.
Yeah.
He's been performing well.
Boy,
but
they're going against Baltimore, too, though.
I'm taking Richard. I didn't need to.
I am, too.
Sorry.
I agree with you. I'm taking Richard.
I guess that leaves me. I also have Richard. And the biggest difference maker, I think, is going to be Mixon and AJ Brown.
Yeah.
Kittle's finally coming back healthy for you, but the rest of the matchups are difficult. And if you think you're going to lose, why not take a flyer and throw in Tommy DeVito instead of Russell Wilson?
I'm not done messing around with my lineup yet, but
Yeah,
as it sits, I would pick Aldridge.
and I was waiting for that waiver to clear through too, so I didn't know.
Oh yeah, you're good.
You considering starting Tucker Kraft this week at all?
Yeah, there's a couple things I'm weighing out. He put up a stinker last week though.
Say him having 1 target last week in Chicago kind of sucks, but I might trust him more than Wan'Dale with Tommy DeVito throwing him the football.
Okay, well, we all picked Richard. We all picked Sal, and I think the next game on mine and Corey's docket is probably
Sal
Profit.
did not pick himself.
No, Sal picked Doss. You're right.
The next on everybody's list is Darian and Shannon.
Okay, yep.
It is, yep.
Might as well do that one. Corey, you want to start first?
Yeah,
Wesley?
I'll start it. I think this is going to be a closer game. Darian's running back room is, I don't know, man. But I do have Shannon winning the game. I don't know, man. He's kind of on a hot streak. His team is really good. He is one of the top 3, aside from the other 2.
What?
They're both predicted less than 120.
Yeah.
This would be a great week for anybody in the league to match up against one of these 2 guys. They're matched up against each other.
Right,
He's got Noah Gray in his quarterback or in his super flex spot.
He's got to.
He got Joe Burrow on a bye.
Bye week, and Trevor Lawrence is hurt.
Yeah, he's got to start Tony Pollard.
And I think he's on a bye too, right? Jags are on a bye this week.
Tony Pollard, Jordan Addison, Noah Gray are all 3 starts that he probably wouldn't normally do. He had to bench Bijan and Joe Burrow. I don't know, if I was him, I might slide Schoonmaker in somewhere, but that's me. Poor Darian, you see what he's got to start. He's starting Juju Smith-Schuster and Cody Parkinson and Mike Williams. Oh my God!
Hey guys, if you're gonna watch this, there are trades to be had. I'm not just saying for me. I'm not saying for me.
Listen, guys. I've offered you both terrible trades for you. I'm just saying they're out there.
Shannon's
they're out there
too.
I don't have any pending trades for either one of them.
Oh man,
this is honestly a tough game to choose.
I'm gonna go out there and say, I'm still gonna take Shannon, even though he's got Noah Gray in his super flex. Oh my goodness! So Josh Downs against Detroit. I don't know. It's tough.
I'm gonna take Shannon, but I'm gonna be honest. I think Darian. I'm gonna take Shannon just for the sake of taking Shannon. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Darian probably winds up winning this game because he's got A-Chain on a decent matchup.
I
He's got
know.
Stafford on a decent matchup.
Yes.
Komet on a decent matchup. He's got some guys that have good matchups. Tagovailoa.
The Stafford one's throwing me off though.
I
Going
think
against
if
Quinioni Mitchell and what's his face?
it's Stafford, though, I mean,
Yeah, but
I
he's
guess
he's
he
been on,
has
he's
back-
been
he
on
does
the
have
dud
back-
list quite a few times.
3 of his last 4 weeks, he's been over 21 points, 22 points. At Seattle, at
So
New
he's
England,
due.
and Minnesota, he's been. I mean, he had great games. I don't know. I'm taking Shannon though. I'm taking the safe bet.
Yeah, I think that's where I went
Starting
too.
Juju and Mike Williams really scares me.
Yeah.
Next on my list is Corpy and Lagendijk.
Mm-hmm.
This one, Corpy's actually predicted to win by a landslide. If you look, Lagendijk's got to start Charbonnet. This is a bad bye week for people. I've noticed a lot of people have some bye week issues.
Corby's. This is the biggest blowout. Corby's blowing him out of the water.
You think so, huh?
Yep. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think he's winning.
Corby's winning big.
I am taking Lagendijk to win this game. He's gonna sneak his way into the playoffs.
Nope. After this game, they're both gonna be 5-7.
Lagendijk, if you're here, man, start Cedric Tillman over Tank Dell. But yeah, I'm taking Lagendijk.
What you got, Corey?
First of all, no, I wouldn't do that. Not tomorrow night's game in the rain. I'm not taking Cedric Tillman over Tank Dell. So we'll disagree there.
Sure about that?
Hopefully,
You sure?
I'm sure about that. I'm taking Corpy, and yes, it will be a landslide. He beat him. Dobbins, yeah, it's against Baltimore, but whatever, man. It's the Harbaughs against each other.
Look at this next barn burner of a game. We have the 3-8 Corey Lamberts versus the 3-8 Trevor Quinns.
I'll be honest with you. Both of these guys have been shafted this year. If you look at their rosters, they're not bad
They're not
rosters.
bad.
Either one of them. These are good. These are good rosters that have just got the short end of the stick, man.
Trevor Quinn is
had to be
winning this
somebody.
game.
Had to be somebody.
Baker Mayfield, DeAndre Swift, Aaron Tracy,
I'm taking Corey.
Jawan Jennings, Jaden Reed, Zach Ertz, Kyron Williams, Cooper Kupp. Gardner
I'm taking
Minshew.
Corey. Corey's going to be the biggest scorer on the week. I'm taking Corey.
I would definitely put Sam Darnold in instead of Gardner Minshew, though.
At
Yep.
Chicago?
It's better than Minshew at Denver.
Is it?
Yeah.
Chicago's got a good defense, dude.
So does Denver.
Denver's
That's
secondary is
Kirk
better.
Chains. That's Kirk O'Chains.
You think Denver's got a better secondary?
Yeah.
Yes.
What? Really?
Yes.
Man. I think y'all are sleeping.
I'm about to, though.
I don't.
Talking about-
Look
we're
at their
talking about
record.
Kevin Byard. We're talking about Kyler Gordon. We're talking about Jalen Johnson. Tyreek Stevenson. Dude,
You mean
Chicago's
that
got a
guy?
good secondary.
Oh, wait. I'm playing a play right now.
I'm just saying, dude.
There you
They're
And all I'm saying is
one of their backups is married to an Olympian who's one of the best Olympians of all time. They've got to have a good secondary.
wins and
I don't know
losses,
about
man.
that, dude.
Anywho, who are you picking, Corey?
On my game,
Yeah.
me.
Oh, okay.
Me. Me. It's all about me.
Want to talk about me?
I want to talk about number one. Oh my!
What I think, what I like, want to know.
I think the matchups are more important on my side. The running backs have easier matchups than his. My wide receivers have easier matchups than his. I mean, the only difference is Mayfield against the Giants and Richardson against Detroit. But
That's not a big difference, dude.
that's not a big difference. So I'm picking me.
Okay, I'm picking Trevor. What'd you pick, Sal?
Corey.
All right. Anything else to add, boys?
I'm good.
That's
I think
it.
we're great.
Think so.
Yeah.
Peace. Hey, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed our content and look forward to more, please drop a like and subscribe to the When Pigs Can Fly Fantasy Football Show.